Hispanic Lifestyle spoke with Undersecretary of Commerce for International Trade, Francisco Sánchez, who was appointed by President Obama and unanimously confirmed by the United States Senate. I started our conversation with the Undersecretary by asking if he would rate his department's performance to date.
Well, so far, so good. President Obama 2 years ago announced the National Export Initiative. He set as a goal of that initiative to double American exports by the end of 2014. And according to The Economist, we have to be growing exports at about 14.8% per year for each of those 5 years. In the first 2 years, we're at about 15.5%, so we're ahead of the game. And last year, we exported in merchandise $2.1 trillion, which is a record for our country.
Undersecretary Sánchez spoke about the specific role of his department.
And one of the things that I'm focused on, and to answer your question, is making sure that more American businesses are engaged in exporting. In 2010, nearly 50% of the growth in our GDP came from exports. In 2011, more than 50% of the growth in the GDP came from exports. Now, here are two challenges. One is only 1% of American businesses export. We've got to do better. We've got to have more American companies competing not just in Ontario, not just in California, not just in the United States, but they've got to be competing globally. And number two, we've got to make sure that our trading partners around the world create a level playing field. That means that we reduce trade barriers and make it easier for American businesses to compete. Because if we do that, American companies can compete with anybody, anywhere in the world.
We finished our conversation with Undersecretary Sánchez by asking about how average businesses utilize the services of the U.S. Department of Commerce.
Well, it's a great question, and the first thing I would encourage your viewers to do who are interested in getting help from the federal government on exporting is go to our website, export.gov. Export.gov has a whole bunch of information that can be helpful, whether it's accessing market, learning about financing exports. Export.gov is the place to go. And I'm happy to give my own email address. It's francisco.sanchez@trade.gov.